J-Mill for Real presents the X's and NFL podcast featuring your co-host, J-Mill and
Hey, I'm still that guy that you don't want to run into. They're just calling me the Buzzsaw at this point.
the Buzzsaw. J-Mill at the Buzzsaw. We got it. There we go. J-Mill at the Buzzsaw. We finally have
Yeah,
a name. It took long enough. So,
it did. Yeah,
and
it
I
did. I
like
mean,
this one too. This one's so much better than all the other ones. Hopefully you don't try to change it.
it really is actually. No, I actually just thought of that as I was like, crap, how am I going to introduce myself? And I was like, oh, I like that.
Unfortunately, if you watch the show The Chase, there already is a pretty
Welcome to
popular
the
The
team.
Buzzsaw. So in trivia, Brad the Buzzsaw Rudder.
I was going to say that's Brad, but
Yeah.
Brad is the least popular guy on the chase, so it's okay.
He's the least
Hashtag
popular
Team
guy on
James.
The Chase. You know
I'm
what?
Team James.
I like it when Brad's in the back room because he says some really funny stuff when he's watching it. Does that make sense? So I don't care if he's out there ever, but when he's in the back room and he's making and
Yeah,
he's
so
color commentary, he's fun.
So is this a trivia? This is a trivia podcast now. Cool.
It's the trivia podcast. No, this is a Thanksgiving special for the X's. X's. Woo, tongue tied. This is a
So,
Thanksgiving special for what we normally do.
news that broke today. Let's talk this real quick. Zach Wilson no longer the starting quarterback for the New York Jets.
Yep. So guard your moms. Guard your yeah, no. Because he
I,
has more time on his hands. No, I don't know if this is a light a spark under him sort of deal, or if this is literally just Joe Flacco did a ton better. This team is playoff ready, and they plan on just trying to win now. Like
I mean, at some point you have to look at it and say you got 2 yards of total offense on Sunday afternoon, and 77 total yards from your quarterback. And instead of saying, "Yeah, I didn't play well," he said it was too windy.
yeah,
And
it's
he makes an excuse. They asked if you feel like you let the defense down. He said no.
well, as a Jets fan watching that game, it's kind of like you give us 3 points, and I'm going to blame the special teams a little too. But the truth is, you should never have been in a spot where punt return for a touchdown on the last play of the game loses you the game when the defense only gives up 3 points the whole game.
How about the fact that that was the first punt return for a touchdown this year?
Kind of makes the whole scenario worse, in my opinion. But it's Zach Wilson needs to put that on his shoulders and say, yeah, no, we cost the defense the game when the defense basically dominated. Don't get me wrong, both defenses dominated. Like it wasn't. It's I don't know. We got the best defense in the NFL and the worst quarterback.
I actually feel like if he would have come out there and said, "Yes, I take the blame," he'd start Sunday.
Yeah, potentially.
But because he took none of the blame, you get Flacco. But yeah, so he doesn't play on Thursday. So let's go Thursday. You want to start off with the games, or you want to start off with the 3 things we're thankful for thing?
Let's start off with start off with our 3 things we're thankful for in this NFL season. So it could be fantasy, it could be sports betting, it could be just football itself. I'll go first with my first one because it kind of ties into what we were saying. I am thankful for the New York Jets this year finally being relevant. And you know what? I'll give you a freebie too. You can piggyback on this one and say you're thankful for the New York Giants being relevant, right? Like,
yeah, I'm not sure if I am though. So I'm gonna hold. I'm not gonna say that one.
oh, okay. So I am just thankful that the defense looks. I'm going to focus on the defense here because the defense looks dominant. So, and not looks dominant is dominant. Frustrated Josh Allen, shut down numerous opponents along the way. Like it's just nice to have a defense that's kind of like if the offense could ever get it together, we could win a couple of playoff games, if not
Yeah.
more. Like, so it's because I feel at any given point in time, if our defense needs to make a stop, that it can. So thank you, Jets defense. How about you for your number one, Josh?
My number one is that nobody traded in any of the leagues, man. Nobody Jacobs off me. I know it's kind of silly, but I did try to unload Josh Jacobs in every league that I had him in as a keeper. Nobody took him because at that point it didn't look like he was going to be the guy in Vegas. So thanks for letting me have Josh Jacobs. I'm very thankful for it.
Yeah, no. Okay, back to me. I'm gonna go with uh since since obviously you went with a more fun one there. I'm gonna go for fun one. Thank you to morons who play in IDP leagues who decide it's okay to drop players like CJ Mosley or Josh Allen because you think that that bench spot is better served to your wide receiver rate. Thank you. I appreciate you. You make my team better without me doing anything.
So my second one is I'm thankful that I've always been a Geno Smith apologist. Always, I've loved Geno, always have. And so when they traded Russ, I drafted Geno in all my leagues except for Wove, where I was able to get him as a free agent. So waiver claim number one, Geno Smith. Um, yeah, so pretty excited that I got the number 6 wide receiver in fantasy football because I haven't ever given up on the guy. He's burned me every other year, but this year helping me.
And finally, thank you for going against all my better instincts. And in drafts where I was actually doing redraft this year, and in leagues where I was in any league but Loaf, I finally decided to test to see what wide receiver with my first pick looks like, and I went Justin Jefferson over Jamar Chase with those picks. So, what a great year to test and see what what wide receiver in the first round looks like. And thank you, Justin Jefferson. You have made my several of my seasons a lot easier.
Last one is I'm thankful the NFL's had 164 games decided by in the fourth quarter this year. Fourth
Yes.
quarter, 164 games where a touchdown or less score. It's been a fun year to like watch the NFL and just enjoy it and enjoy the content. So
I'm
yeah,
definitely
I'm just
piggybacking
thankful
on that
football's
one.
good.
Yeah. No, we have had
Yeah,
had a lot of great games this year.
and even some of the bad ones have been touchdown games, which have kept it at least somewhat entertaining. So
Yep. Okay, so
yeah, so
and you
let's
know
go
what?
Thursday football.
And if you guys want to participate in our football thankful hour, by all means, comment on the YouTube video, comment on the Facebook page, comment when I share it on Twitter, because you could tell us what you're thankful for in fantasy football this season too. You look like you want to say something, Josh. Oh, Buzzsaw.
You know what? I'm gonna, I'm going to, you know what? I'm gonna save it for an off-air comment for you. Remind me when we're done recording. If you find it to be appropriate, I'll say it on our Football Friday show. If you find it to be inappropriate, at least you will belly laugh from it.
Okay, it sounds like a wonderful plan. All right, so now we're jumping right into the games, and we're leading off with the one that conflicts the most with probably the time you're eating, the one where some people will tell you we're gonna watch the National Dog Show. Yeah, no, it seems like the hardest game to get on, right? It really does. Um, but you know, the truth is this year the
Yeah, and
Buffalo
this year
Bills,
it's competing with the World Cup.
yeah, but this year the Buffalo Bills are in the game with a Detroit Lions team that has been spunky. Spunky's a good word for this Detroit Lions team, right? Yes,
Mm-hmm.
no, yeah.
I'm not
So
gonna lie to you. It's the World Cup though. I only get that every 4 years. I get the Detroit Lions losing on Thanksgiving every year.
yeah, I'm just we could man at the risk of Man, do I want to say what I'm about to say about the World Cup, about the
Don't
country
say
that's
soccer.
hosting the World Cup? They kind of really screwed up a lot of
Uh,
elements of the World Cup.
no, we beat.
What? Should we take the high road
Yeah,
here and not talk
but
about
it's not about the yeah, because it's not about the country, it's about the game. I mean, you can say the same thing about the country hosting in 4 years. We were built on slave labor, and we objectified women for the first 200 some years of our existence too.
that's
So
not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to
you know, like
the stunts that the current country has pulled on major sponsors just days before the event and other things
oh
like that. Like
yeah, but Budweiser losing 75 million.
yeah, no, I mean clearly this country's getting sued at the point in time when this whole thing is over.
Oh
Like
yeah.
they created a national incident revolving around it. So yeah, I'm not talking about the history of the country at all. I'm talking about the current events of the country, just um, flat out abusing the fact that they know they're immune at this point because the games had to get played there
I
anyway.
mean, we should probably talk football though, because American football. Yeah, we should probably talk American football though, because I
I
just
was about
realized,
to
the
say
two things that we spend the most time
we were
talking about
definitely
are
talking
soccer and
football
trivia.
for a moment. Okay, but
Yeah, we
yeah,
spent more time talking about trivia.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why Buffalo left Detroit. Um, so that's puzzling to me. Feel like it would have been better for them just to stay in Detroit the entire week.
yeah. That is a
And
odd storyline. Do you give the Lions any shot winning this game? Obviously, they're home underdogs by 9 points. Um, is there any shot that they at least make this interesting?
mhm. Sure. Let's say yeah, because you know what,
Yeah,
they're
I'm
dumb.
saying I don't want to lay
Like
the
they
numbers.
don't know when they're supposed to get blown out.
Yeah,
No, Hutchinson's been great the last 3 weeks.
uh,
So it's
Hutchinson has a
possible he's
sack
just going to
prop.
be a game wrecker. Um,
Yeah, Hutchinson has a sack prop at 0.75,
he has a
and
back problem.
honestly, what a sack prop at 0.75 on Josh Allen. And part of me is thinking that that's looking good to play. Like I love the fact is I actually have Hutchinson pulled up in front of me right now because that's where I was going to lead off with everything. So I'm glad you led off with it. I feel very comfortable playing a Hutchinson sack this game versus one of the
Yeah,
top
and
five right?
yeah, because Josh Allen's going to try to run away from him, and then it's going to be, can you run away from Hutchinson? Hutchinson looks like he might be really sneaky fast there, so I like it.
I like it too. While on the defensive end, I anticipate a lot of passing in this game. Talk about another rookie over on the other side, Demir Hamlin. His tackle total at 6.5, I believe, is very low. So I'm actually giving you two defensive props for this game. I'm playing the Hutchinson sack, and I'm playing the Demir Hamlin over 6.5. And the rest of them are kind of like I don't know. Yeah, there's plenty for those who like IDP. This is a good game. There's a lot of IDP you can play for this game. So
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I like here for this game, sorry, oh, lost it there. I like this game for just your entertainment value because we don't know what the Lions plan to be. And as we continue to see the Lions progress, they're actually kind of enjoyable to watch. Jamal
yep,
Williams, though, that's the one play that I feel like you have to make for the anytime touchdown. He's a week touchdown.
yeah, the anytime touchdown on Jamal Williams just makes a ton of sense.
So
Um,
he's got.
I'm missing what you're saying here.
No, I wasn't saying anything. I was just saying Jamal Williams as an anytime touchdowns, real good pick. I mean, he's somehow got 12 of them. League leader in touchdowns, and he was a free agent in a lot of people's fantasy leagues starting this season. So,
Yeah, do you have any shares of Jamal Williams? I know I ended up with one share of Jamal Williams.
I have none because I have no shares of anybody from Detroit. The team's always been erratic, and tried a different strategy this year where I didn't go as boom or bust. I went more consistent. And
Out well
as
for
your
you.
first as the first team to officially clinch a playoff berth in Loaf, let me just say it worked. Now I'm
Yeah, I
just trying to
mean,
get my bottom.
I think for the most part, everyone's conceded that you have your bye at this point in time. Like, I think the road to the playoffs definitely goes through it goes through Joe Buck yourself. So,
Yes, it does.
meanwhile, I'm trying to sell off pieces to make other teams better. If you want to talk, TJ Watt's on the trade block. Um, while still clinching the division and making the playoffs. Because as I realized something with this playoff field, I'm not winning my first round game anyway, but I can still be in the first round. But I can still clinch my division and sell 5 or 6 pieces. So why not do it, right?
Right, might as well.
So, and if the Cinderella story is going to happen, it's going to happen either way, right? It doesn't. It's just a better story if I sold off my 5 or 6 best players before it happens. Man, rough season there, but it's somehow no one in my division wants to win, so I'm probably still a favorite to make the playoffs anyway. Uh, but okay, so when it comes down to different
Yeah,
offensive
all fair. I
options,
would.
I still love Stephon Diggs. I'm not going to be jumping on Josh Allen because I think that 285.5 with the way Detroit's been playing is a little more than I want to commit to. But it's definitely not going. Will never go against Josh Allen. So, but the Stephon Diggs at the 89.5 just definitely makes me it definitely makes me feel at ease. I don't know how the Buffalo secondary is going to line up. This is a game where we may or may not see Jameson Williams. He's still a game time decision for tomorrow. To my knowledge, I haven't seen anything that rules him out. It looks like DJ Chark is potentially coming back this week. So once again, I'm not going to be playing a very high total on Almon Rice St. Brian at 75.5. He could easily hit it. He could easily beat it. But I need to see, like, this is Buffalo, this is Thanksgiving, this is if you want to play Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying I like the safer plays of the Williams touchdown, the Stephon Diggs over 89.5, and a little bit of defensive love with the Hutchinson and Hamlin sack and tackle total. How about you?
Yeah, what I really like here is Diggs. I think Josh Allen's going to try to do the let's make my diva wide receiver happy. And he's going to make his diva wide receiver happy and just throw the ball to him consistently.
Yeah.
And that's going to lead for over 100 for Diggs. I'm comfortable taking that line all the way up to the alternate line of 100.
Yeah, no, yeah, going up to the alternate line of 100 definitely is a smart play in my opinion too. So, is there any other offensive player that you would play at all in this game?
I'm tempted to play Josh Allen. Tempted to play Josh Allen. I'm not saying I'm playing him, but I'm contemplating it.
Okay.
Because 286 is kind of high, but then you get to saying, okay, well, he's going to force feed the ball to Diggs for 100, and then we got to give Gabe Davis his 160. And Detroit's defense has looked a lot better lately, but they are still statistically the worst secondary in football.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm concerned is because of the Hutchinson factor. There could be a lot more chasing out of the pocket and a lot more of Josh Allen taking off. But yeah, no. But I could see someone playing Josh Allen. I could see someone playing um Gabe Davis over his total of 57.5 because you said 60. I could see someone playing the Amon Ra. I could also see someone saying that they're playing the Alex Anzalone tackle total because Josh Allen's a running quarterback at 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
But personally, I gave the 4 on play. Shall we move on?
We shall.
All right. Next, we have a game that is the game everybody watches on Thanksgiving. It's a Wonderful Life is not on yet, and the
Mm.
National Dog Show is on its second or third rerun at this point in time.
And
So
the World Cup is over at this point.
and the World Cup is over at this point, and it's the Dallas Cowboys, so they don't even need a good opponent in order to make this interesting. But they have a wonderful opponent for Thanksgiving. It's the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys, basically playing for the fifth seed in the NFC playoffs, right?
Yeah, and this is a game where a lot of people are dubbing it the Odell game. Down to two teams left in the Odell Beckham Jr. and they both happen to be playing in this game.
I mean,
So
and
winner
yet
does the winner get
Odell
Odell? Probably.
Odell has not confirmed or denied any of this yet. He could still end up as a Baltimore Raven. You know what Odell's trying to do? He's trying to say, "Hey, 49ers, work me onto that super offense somehow, so I can run it back and get a second ring." Like, right? But I'm sure the 49ers are not interested in adding another player to the offense at this point.
That's what's kind of nice though, right? Is that Odell, he found a way to get hurt twice, where he comes back mid-season on heels and can super and ring chase. So
Good for
might be
him,
onto
right?
something here.
Yeah, Odell definitely is a ring chaser. So, and the winner of this could be a front runner to it. So now let's talk about things that things are front running this game. Uh, this is no Saquon Barkley's going to put up better rushing totals. He's going to get more handoffs, but Tony Pollard anytime touchdown just seems to be one of the safest plays in football as a whole right now, behind the Jamal Williams one. Any thoughts on the Pollard touchdown before we get into what Saquon and Zeke might do?
Yeah, give me the Pollard touchdown. I mean, at this point, you have to say if he doesn't rush for it, he's going to catch for it. So you might as well.
He may even return it on a kickoff, right?
Right, and the Giants just got exposed by Detroit.
And
So
the Giants can still win this game, and Pollard still have two touchdowns during it. So
yes, very true.
the only way that Pollard will not score a touchdown is by running it in from 1 yard out, because they never give that one to him. It feels like
Right.
it's like,
It's
thank you,
weird
Tony
because it
Pollard, for
feels
the 70-yard
like
run to the 2 yard line.
Dallas is.
Here you go, Zeke.
It's weird because it almost feels like Dallas has given up on Zeke, but then at the same time they're still willing to force feed Zeke.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on there.
Oh, it's pretty easy. Jerry Jones does not admit he makes mistakes.
There's got to be a Jerry Jones element that. Right, I was gonna say there's got to be a Jerry Jones element of saying like I'm paying him too much money, keep feeding him.
And Zeke will continue to eat.
Do you like any offense really this week? Because do you like any of the offenses though on a short rest or?
Like, to be
I'm
completely
kind of worried
honest,
about Dallas because their players just literally had a track meet on Sunday.
yeah, like when I look at these totals, when I'm looking at the rushing totals, the thing that I'm willing to play out of the rushing totals isn't Saquon, Zeke, or Pollard. It's Danny Dimes over 38 and a half, because Parsons is going, that line has, that D line has a tendency to collapse. So give me some Danny Dimes over 38 and a half. I definitely love the Dimes rushing total. I probably love his passing total too, to be completely honest, because I thought it was, yes, it is pretty. It's at 199.5. I get it that the Cowboys have a wonderful front, but I don't think, like, and man, I'm gonna get criticism for this, especially being an IDP guy. I don't think the Cowboys secondary is as good as a lot of people think it is. So I think if you find a way, and I don't know who that receiver is. Like, I still don't know who that receiver is on the Giants. Do you know who the receiver is on the Giants?
No, not with Robinson out.
Yeah, but the point is, Jones over 199.5 just still feels like a safe enough play to me. And really, that's the limit of my offensive props, because the Dak number is around where I would expect it to be at the 258.5. Is CD realistic? You know what? CD at 74.5. Like I could see CD going over that. How about you? What do you got offensively?
Okay.
Are you with me on the
Offensively, I got a
dimes over on
Pollard
rushing
touchdown
attempts?
and I got a Barkley touchdown.
Okay. A Barkley touchdown is a nice way to play it.
I feel like you have to be that. Mainly the yeah. I think the Barkley touchdown, and it's tempting to take the Jones touchdown too, because the Giants do like to roll him out when they're on the 5 and stuff like that. But I don't know how much they get there,
Yeah.
and how much was Minnesota coming off the Buffalo game versus how much was Dallas. Uh, you know, 3 points. That's what they held. And that Vikings offense is a lot better than the Giants offense. But I don't know. I guess it's just like what was going on. Was it Dallas or Minnesota?
Yeah, I think that Minnesota was due to lose. Like whenever you have a win like that Buffalo win, it is very hard to come into the next game with the same amount of energy. And whenever you have a loss like that
Right.
Green Bay loss, it's very you're just looking to take it to the next team regardless of who they are. And that was basically last week was Dallas making a statement of no, we are still an elite team. We don't care who we're playing this week. Um, and which is one of
Yeah.
the reasons why I'm a little okay. If it needs a charger right now, I'll put it on the charger for you. But and that's one of the reasons why I'm hesitant in, Dallas for Thanksgiving sounds like almost always sounds like it's a safe pick, but the Giants are coming off the bad loss, and the Cowboys are coming off the emotional win. So this could very
Any
easily be one where if you wanted to pick the Giants, I'm not telling you not to pick the Giants because I'm not
the
sure.
line's huge.
Yeah, yeah, it's but I would say this: if you are going to pick the Giants, man up, play the money line, get the payout. Or do you think you just take the points?
Oh,
Well, how do you
okay.
feel?
I mean that's aggressive. I'm taking the point. I'm taking the points for the safety. I'm going to take the points here. I need them. The Giants haven't really been doing enough to make me happy, so I really want those points.
See, I'm not playing like the actual result of the game. I'm playing the dimes totals. I'm playing the Pollard touchdown. Honestly, the Saquon touchdown sounds like a better play than the CD Lamb over number. I'm not sure which one of the two I will play. When it comes to the uh, Daniel Jones is an elite rushing talent, but Micah Parsons is in full midseason form, and the fact that he only has to get a half sack to pay off, like Micah Parsons over 0.25. If I'm playing Hutchinson 0.75 over Allen, I'm playing Parsons over 0.25 versus Jones. For a tackle total, I like.
Okay.
For a tackle total, I like Donovan Wilson plays up a lot near the line. He's the safety that charges towards the line. I'd have to imagine he makes his 5.5 tackle total pretty easily in this game.
Mm.
Moving right on to the nightcap, we have the New England Patriots at the Minnesota Vikings. I am playing the Vikings. I am laying the 2.5, and I'm upping it to the 6.5 because you know what? They're honestly, I might up the Vikings to the 9.5 because I don't think there's any way that after that embarrassing loss last week that they're not going to steamroll the New England Patriots in the nightcap.
Yeah, I just, you know, it's bad for New England about that all season. So we can't say it was an anomaly. Nope. Their offense isn't good. And now you have a very cranky, very, very cranky Minnesota team that gets to play in prime time and shed everybody out.
Yeah, this is 100% about the Vikings doing what the Cowboys did last
So,
week,
yeah, I
reestablishing
think this
Josh.
is a busted one. I think this.
Well, one more
Yeah,
time.
I really think this line's bad. I think this line's. I said I think this line's bad. I think it's like atrocious.
Oh,
So give me Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm taking Minnesota. I'm up in the line. I'm looking at Kirk Cousins over 253.5 passing yards. I'm playing Kirk Cousins over 253.5. Now I am just going to say this. I think there's a way that the Vikings could embarrass the Patriots and yet still contain Justin
Hmm.
Jefferson. So I am not playing Justin Jefferson. If
Right.
you want to play Justin Jefferson, go
Okay.
for it. What I am playing Adam Thielen over 43.5. I'm playing Dalvin Cook over 73.5 rushing, and I'm playing Dalvin Cook over 12.5 receiving.
Okay.
Because I don't think that you
I'm put.
can on Justin Jefferson and not have Cook and Thielen just obliterate you. And I think they're going to try to take away Jefferson.
Right. Bill Belichick's consistently done that his entire career. Is I'm going to take away your number one and see what your number two can do. And the number two here is pretty good. And that running back's kind of something special. We take him for granted, but he's really good.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah,
and
I like
TJ
Minnesota.
Hawkinson.
I like most of the offensive numbers.
TJ Hawkinson, I
Yeah.
forgot about him over 44.5. You know what I don't want? I don't want to play any part of this Patriots backfield because just
Nope.
when we thought it was the Ramondre Stevenson show, Damian Harris was the favorite child last week.
Yeah.
So for everyone
Yeah.
who cut
Thanks for that,
Harris
Bill.
was Harris was available in a lot of fantasy leagues. For everyone who cut him, they're kind of regretting it at this point in time because now he's going to be potentially putting up numbers on someone else's team. But I don't want any part of it. And yeah, no, those are yeah. So give me Cousins, give me Dalvin over both numbers, give me Hawk, and give me Thielen. I'm half tempted to play the Jefferson under, but I don't go against Justin Jefferson. So and then when it comes to defense special teams, they have nothing I want to look at. So anything you want to add to this game? Are you playing the
Yeah,
over under?
not, yeah, I'm not playing either on this game. I'm not playing the over or the under because I don't know if Minnesota is going to come out. And last week like Dallas put up 40 and I lost the over. So yeah, I'm staying away from the over right now. But give me not putting it in any of my parlays or same games or anything like that. I'm going to do it as an individual, standalone. Give me a Harrison Smith touchdown or Harrison Smith interception,
Harrison Smith
and
interception.
give
I
me
like
a
it.
Minnesota touchdown for the defense.
A Minnesota defense. You know what? I was ready to play Minnesota
Yeah,
defensive
and then
props. They just didn't give them us.
yeah, so I went the defense touchdown, and I like the idea of Harrison Smith being, because then if Smith gets the pick, there's always a chance that the same play pays out twice. So
Yeah.
I like that. I
And
also think that Jones is gonna Matt Jones is gonna throw an interception or 12, and if not, that's because they're just trying to run the ball, which means that Minnesota is even more dominant. So it's one of
yeah,
those bets that helps out either way.
like how do you run an Eric Kendricks and
Yeah,
Jordan Hicks? Like that front for the Vikings is going to frustrate Mac Jones the whole day. Like you thought that what? Okay, no, the Jets have the better front seven, but you're not getting it any easier with the Vikings. Like
right. Yeah.
it's I this if this isn't a humiliating loss for the Patriots, I don't then clearly I don't understand this Patriot team at all. But this I feel like I do understand this Viking team, and I'm I still hold to I think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC, but you know the Vikings, the Cowboys, and the Giants could all lay could all close the gap just a little bit more with wins this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just saying, you know, that's what I think happened with Minnesota. It's a great team lost back.
Yep. All right, so we'll get to the point. Now we're
As long
so
as
normally
it's not in January, nobody cares.
yeah. All right, so we'll do 3 official show picks for this show. How's that sound? Our top pick from each game. How
That
about?
sounds good.
All right, so my top
Yeah, I could do that.
all right, my top pick from the Buffalo Detroit game is going to be my IDP prop. I'm going to go Demir Hamlin over 6.5 tackles. I I like I like
Okay.
the pick.
My my top pick from the game is give me Diggs' total over.
The 89.5.
Yeah.
So Josh is Diggs 89.5, and I am Hamlin over 6.5. All right, going to the second game. I think the most predictable thing about the second game is probably the Tony Pollard touchdown. So I'm going to take Tony Pollard as an anytime touchdown scorer. No, no, Danny Dimes, 38.5 rushing yards. Taking the Dimes rushing total.
Okay.
How
I
about you?
appreciate it. You know,
That's both a compliment to Danny Dimes and Michael
give
Parsons
me
at
the
the same
Giants.
time. What? Oh,
Give
what were
me
you
give
saying?
me the Giants plus the 8.
Oh, you get plus 10, actually.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I don't hate it. Okay, I'll take plus 10. That line shifted a lot since I saw it last.
Yeah, no,
So
it's
yeah, give me the
currently
plus
at
10
plus
then.
10. Yeah. All right. And going to the nightcap.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah, I'll take it.
right? Like, how could you not take it? Going to the nightcap. Let's go with I gave a rushing total, I gave a tackle total. Let's give a passing or receiving total. Let's go with the yeah, because I'm not going to play the pick on the game because I almost feel it's a little too easy, and I feel like I took an easy one with the Dimes. So let's go with the rush. Let's go with the receiving total of T.J. Hawkinson over 44.5.
All right.
What you got for that final game?
For the final game, I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and flip the odds here just for the increased payout. So give me the Vikings minus 7.5. I don't see this being a one score game.
Yeah, and there you have it. Hamlin over 6.5, Dimes over 38.5, Hawkinson over 44.5 for me, Diggs over 89.5, Giants plus 10, and Vikings minus 7.5 for Josh. And honestly, I'm half
Mhm.
tempted to just
Yep.
combine them all together into one nice little parlay because I'm feeling good about all of yours.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I kind of like all of it.
Yeah. And we don't say that every week.
Yeah,
So,
I was thinking I kind of like all of it.
so there you go, guys.
No,
Enjoy some time with your family tomorrow. Enjoy some time watching some football. Maybe the parade. Maybe It's a Wonderful Life for the 200th time. Maybe the National Dog Show. So because the truth is, yes, that Lions and Bills game could get out of control. And plus, who doesn't like watching the National Dog Show on a rerun at some point in time anyway? So they are man's best friend. Uh, I wish I wish I had one myself, but we'll get that to that at some point in time. But just take the time, enjoy it with your family. Be responsible tonight. Like I know tonight is the largest drinking night of the year. I'm gonna be helping people get home safely, but be responsible. You don't want to ruin tomorrow by ending up in a jail cell or a hospital, or whether it's and I'm not just talking about don't drink and drive. I'm talking about like don't alcohol poison yourself the day before Thanksgiving, because a lot of that happens tonight too. Like I feel like every time I drive the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, I'm picking up somebody from an urgent care who had a little too much to drink and or did something stupid or poisoned themselves. So just be
is it
responsible.
that true?
What?
You really have to. You really pick somebody. up from an urgent care
I've picked people up from an
every
urgent care
single
the last 2 years.
Wednesday before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, the Wednesday before
Huh.
Thanksgiving. It's the biggest drinking night of the year. Now it wasn't
Stop
for
being
alcohol poisoning.
alcoholics in America.
It wasn't for alcohol poisoning. One of them was drunk and they
Oh,
tried
okay.
to jump the fence to get back into a place, and they landed on their head while jumping the fence. And another person, just a different type of accident. Didn't get the full story, but it's Memorial Day weekend and the night before Thanksgiving are my two biggest nights to are my two biggest times to pick people up from urgent care while driving Uber. So
Okay. So
so
yeah, be safe, America.
yeah, be safe, everyone, and also remember if you're going to participate in sports betting, do that responsibly too. So just make sure that you have that you know what you're playing, that you're keeping track of it, and that you're only spending what you have, because especially this time of year,
Mhm.
think of your family first, and all the people who you have, the events that you have coming up. Only spend what you have, and make sure to be responsible in all aspects of your life. This is a time of year where irresponsibility does reign a little rampant at times, and it's a time of year that should be about just um being a better version of yourself. So let's all do that together. Any final things to say, Josh?
No, sir.
All right, so like, subscribe, give a 5-star rating. Thank you all for being a part of this, and you know what? Stay tuned in. Like OBJ is going to be to the Dallas Giants game.